It's exactly 11/11 on my birthday, my 36th birthday, and I've just been reflecting this morning like, wow, 18 was such an amazing embark on my journey, and now I've doubled that. So it's like it's actually for some reason like more significant to me than even 35. So I'm just wow, so many blessings just this past year. Let's see, from August I got my first high ticket paying client. That was extremely exciting. Then I went to Costa Rica in December for one of my bucket list, like lifetime, so excited trips. Just glorious whitewater rafting, waterfall rappelling, stung by a jellyfish surfing. So yay. So lessons on that. And I got to finally see my wild macaws. I got to see like crazy cool things. So that was just, wild toucans. So let's see. So that was in December. And let's see, March, I feel like there's amazing stuff. So March was my first like networking events, which were super exciting. I went down to San Diego, got to meet some amazing friends down there and colleagues, and just phenomenal. Then I went and I won a contest for over $18,000 of coaching. So I'm so grateful for that. So that's just been a phenomenal up level in my business to have that extra support. So just, oh my gosh, that was so amazing. And then let's see, I went then in May I had a bunch of travel and amazingness. So I went to a conference in Santa Cruz that was just such an amazing women's conference for business owners, and it was like, oh my gosh, on the beach, and I had manifested a Jeep soft top, which I had been wanting to test out and rent, and that was a blast. So I did from like Los Angeles to San Francisco along the highway in a lot of places, and it was just gorgeous. So they vitalized my soul. Then I get to camp in the redwoods. Then my daughter got out of school for 7th grade, and so I surprised her on a trip, a really fun trip. And so she hadn't seen her friend from Kauai since 2nd grade. And so her friend had actually moved to Arizona, where my daughter is a few hours away. And so I picked up my daughter and I was like, we're going on an adventure. And so then she was like, well, are we going to a hotel? And I was like, well, no. And then she's like, well, where are we going? And she's like, well, camping? No. So she's like, and I was like, well, have you heard of Airbnb? And so she's like, okay. So we pull up to the house. And so, mind you, I didn't tell her it was Airbnb. So we pull up, right? She's like, the garage is open. The lights are on. She's like, are Airbnb people supposed to be like that? I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, well, can you come up to the front with me? So we go up to the front door, and like this crazy giant dog is there barking, and my daughter's like, ah. So then we opened the door, and I was like, oh, he remembers you. And she's like, what? Like, how does this crazy dog remember her? And then she looked in, and it kind of clicked that we were at her best friend from all those years ago. We were there at their house, and that was just so cool to see like those eyes of recognition. She had known that they moved to Arizona. We had never been there. Like I said, it was hours away, so total surprise trip. And then we ended up joining them on an RV camping trip, and so fun out near Flagstaff, Arizona. We got to ride motorbikes, like miniature motorcycles, and my daughter and her friend got to ride their own, and it was just a blast. And then I got to see some really cool sights, some more kind of that road tripping out in the middle. I'm not even gonna anyway, really cool spots of like, ancient civilizations. So really neat. And then I dove into June and really refining my year-long program. So stretching it from 4 months to a year to provide just a complete amazing transformation and support for my business owners. So that was very excited. And so putting that foundation. So that's what I've been up to. So that was my amazing year. And I am very happy and grateful for my felines. So this is my daughter's kitty. And so anyway, that was her little COVID 2020 Halloween kitten. That was her trick or treat. And so anyway, and then I was actually a foster mom for bottle fed kittens through the animal shelter. And so I thought, I'll get him a sibling. Well, it came with 4 kittens, and I bottle fed them, and various family members got attached. So needless to say, I adopted all of them. So We have 5 kitties. So I'm very excited and eager to take those 5 cats and be flying them over to Kauai and manifesting that to be in a private jet so it can be a wonderful experience for the felines and me. That'll be fun too. So anyway, that's what I am creating for the next year. So, and calling in amazing business owners into my program, and I'm just so delighted and excited to be getting all of this and getting to jump into 36. So let's see, I've been so far pretty on track. When I was 15, I set my goals in a Jim Rohn seminar, who is Tony Robbins' mentor. And also right after that, my uncle handed me Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and it was like, boom, because I liked animals and was told, you know, always programmed, okay, well, you're going to college. Is it marine biology? Do you want to be a dolphin trainer? Or, you know, everybody's instinct, you know, on the street is, oh, well, be a vet, aka doctor. And I'm just like, sick animals, you know? So anyway, I ended up having a petting zoo. So that's what I did when I was 19 and built that to doing over $500,000 in sales within 3 years. And we had a ranch property in Los Angeles. I've actually gone on to sell that business. It's grown, which is like awesome. You know, the 6 years I put into growing that, those foundations have lasted beyond 6 more years. So that's where I built businesses that last. And that business now has its own multi-acre property that owns, you know, they can host weddings and they have camel and a zebra and all sorts of cool stuff. So it was like, and I've owned every single pet that I ever wanted through childhood. And yeah, I think those are just all the blessings and gratefuls that I, you know, experienced. They're in my early 20s. So I said I wanted to have my business by 20. I wanted to have kids at 25, financially free by 30, fully retired by 40. So it feels good, on track, and it's just been this amazing blessing, and the journey that's just, wow, it's been very fun. So I'm so excited. I get to visit my family in Los Angeles and be jetting off to Hawaii, Kauai, and beyond. And I also see a retreat center, most likely Costa Rica. You know, so that way that's going to get my jungle part and be able to, overall, my goal is to be preserving over 12 million acres of wildlife habitat in our world. And a lot of it can be nature spots. So the abandoned house in the neighborhood can be turned into wildlife habitat. So that's one of the visions that I see from my, you know, philanthropy aspect of business. So there we go. Well, what a blessing. And I'm going to give you all some love. Oh, Tom, I love you. I love you all. And happy 36 to Ren. Love you.